I'm back with a stack of X-Men from 122 through 128. And here you have a beautiful copy of 122. This one I bought slab already, so it's definitely not something that I bought raw years ago and submit myself. So this is one of those few that I didn't really have a nice copy, and I went on an auction and bought this copy. It's nice. As far as 123, I do not have a slab of that copy, but I do have a very beautiful raw copy of this book, as you can see right here. It's a great one storyline book with Arcade is a villain. He's a fun villain, and Spider-Man is a guest star here. But it's a beautiful book, fun story, even though it's just a one short story. Sometimes you don't need to have multiple issues and long story arc to make something good to read. So I don't want to take away that this is a one timer, but it's definitely very fun. And then you have 124 and 125. What makes these two special is when I was in high school back in the mid 80s, as I got a better job at the grocery store, I started to save up money to buy better back issues. I decided back then that instead of just buying what I can afford, I might as well just save up and buy the best that I can or want, so that I don't have to go through upgrading all the time. So these two were bought back in '84 or so, and it was gratifying that when I submit them, I got really good grades for them. So it's nice that I was able to keep them in great shape since the mid '80s. I subbed these in 2009. You can tell that they were subbed right together, as the certification number is sequential, as you can see. Anyhow, as far as the book itself, beautiful cover. One of the few great Colossus cover. There's so many that highlight Colossus, but no doubt this is one of Dave Cockrum's best. Good stuff. And you have 125. You get the glimpse of Phoenix right here and what's to come. Beautiful, beautiful cover. I always love this cover. Beautiful center book too. One of those books that I bought. When I bought it, I remember how wonderful and perfect it was, and I was not surprised that it got a 9.8. And this book I read a million times too. So it's possible to read books a lot and still keep it in good shape. And you have 126, as you know. That's the very first back issue Byrne that I bought, that I showed in the earlier version. I have a raw copy of this book, but here's an old label book. One thing I want to bring to everyone's attention, for those that don't know, when you see the barcode with a cross like this, it's basically sold direct to the shops. Back in the old days, when Marvel was trying to distinct between direct sales to the comic shops or newsstand, they do this for comic shops, because this way the comic shop can't return them, while the stuff that was sold at the drugstore, convenience store, 7-Eleven, those can be returned, and those has a barcode, and for these they had to cross across that. Later, of course, they add the Spider-Man logo right here. And then you get to probably one of my favorite Byrne cover. 116 was my favorite by far, but I have a hard time choosing the second best. And this is probably the most beautiful Storm rendition on a cover. Look at that. Simply gorgeous, stunning. The purple color of this cover is just beautiful. I do have a nicer copy actually, raw, right here. This one is perfect. And you know, this is a two-story line of Proteus. It's short but also excellent read. You know, beautiful shot of Nightcrawler right there. You know, I mean, John Byrne can draw any character great, so it's kind of redundant to say he can draw Nightcrawler very well, but hopefully if you haven't read it, get yourself this copy. And then of course the end of the Proteus storyline is 128. This is a beautiful copy. This newsstand, as you can see, you don't see the cross out in the logo. So it's a beautiful copy. I do have a raw copy of that book also right here. I don't think it's a 9/8, but it is still gorgeous, as you can see. You know, I mean, I read this copy hundreds of times. And you know, as long as you're careful with your books, reading it, they should stay in great shape for years to come. You know, I think a lot of people are afraid to handle raw books or read them. It's kind of, I don't know, silly to me. I have friends that's like that. They're too afraid to take the book out of the bag, let alone flip through it or hold it like this. But, you know, that's how you can enjoy the book. But anyhow, thanks for watching, and hopefully I can come back with the big run of 129 through 137. Thanks for watching.